Welcome to this guide showing you how to use the USB tape player with a Windows PC. This is the portable USB cassette unit that comes with the package, and here you can see it's actually got a tape in at the moment. This lever here slides up and down, and the door opens, and then you can put a cassette in and close the lid. Here is the headphone output if you want to use it as a regular tape Walkman. Here's the mini USB lead port, so you plug one end of the black lead that comes with it in here, and then the other larger plug into the USB port on your PC. Here's the thumb wheel that controls the volume setting. If you slide it down this way, like this, it increases the volume, and if you go like this, upwards, it decreases the volume. So normally when you're using the kit, you're going to have the volume set on full. If all the other settings are correct, you have the volume set on full, you can get a nice clear signal. Then across the top here we have the stop button, the rewind button, fast forward button, auto reverse settings, so you can leave it playing one side of a tape and you know it'll flick over and record the other side without you having to stand there and do that. And here we have the play button, and those are all the basic controls. Now inside here behind this tape there's a small plastic door where you can insert two AA batteries, and you can use it like a normal cassette player. But if you've got it hooked up to the computer, it's powered by the USB port, so you don't need to bother inserting any batteries. Okay, in the next part I'll show you the menu on the CD and how to install the software. Thank you. So here we are back in Audacity, and we're now ready to make a recording. The red button here starts the recording, the yellow button here stops it, and the green button here will play back what we've recorded. We need to just check that the volume slider for the input is set on full, and that the wheel on the USB tape player is pushed all the way down towards the USB socket, which is also meaning that the volume is on full. Okay, I've got the tape rewound to the beginning so we can get some silence, which we'll then use to remove noise. So I'm going to click on play and then click on record here. You see this recording window opens. At the moment it's not recording anything apart from just the noise of the motor on the tape player. Okay, so now the music has started to come through. Okay, so I'm going to stop recording and stop the tape player. So the main controls in Audacity are this selection tool and this zoom tool. So if I click on the zoom tool and then click on the right hand mouse button a couple of times, you can see that we can see the whole recording on the screen. Now if we've recorded half an hour of audio, you can zoom all the way out with the right hand mouse button, and then you would see that the recording, you'd see audio here and then a gap and then more audio and then a gap, and those would be the tracks. And it's possible to use the selection tool to highlight a track and then go to File and Export Selection. Then we can choose to put that in the music library on the hard drive, and you can either save it as an MP3 file or a WAV file. If you save it as a WAV file, your intention is to burn it to an audio CD, and if you save it as an MP3 file, your intention is to put it in Windows Media Player or iTunes. Let's call it MP3 test. We're going to make an MP3 file. Here you can see options. If you click on that, you can select the sample rate. So a higher number here means a larger file on your hard drive. Normal choices are 128 or 192. Click on OK and click on Save. Here with an MP3 file we can give it track details and they'll be stored, and then when you play it back in iTunes it'll say this is a particular artist and this is the name of the track. If we were saving a WAV file, this information is irrelevant because it's not stored anyway. So let's assume that you're happy with the information you've entered in these boxes. You can click on OK, and that would have been the first track saved as an MP3 file. Right. Now what we can do is we can remove the noise from the recording using some tools. So here you can see this is just the motor noise at the beginning of the tape. If I play that now. Okay. And what we can do, we can use that as a template to remove the background noise from the whole of the recording, because it is there underneath this music as well. So we've highlighted the bit that is just blank noise. And now if we go to Effect, Noise Removal, and Get Noise Profile, now that's stored. And if we highlight the whole of the recording and go to Effect, Noise Removal, and then click on OK, that'll remove noise from the whole of the recording. Okay, so you can see the tape motor noise has now disappeared. I click on play again. That's almost a perfect result now. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to select three what would be tracks if this was a longer recording, and then burn them to an audio CD using infra recorder in a moment. So we'll dragging the mouse using the selection tool. We highlight track 1, go to File, Export Selection, change the file type to WAV. We'll call it track 1. Now remember, this information isn't stored with a WAV file, so just click on OK, don't enter anything there. Okay, and then we'll say this is going to be track 2. So File, Export Selection, give it the name track 2, file type is still WAV, save. Again, leave these boxes blank. Okay, and here's track 3. File, Export Selection, name it track 3, and click Save. Again, leave these boxes blank. Okay, so in the next section I'll show you how to burn those 3 tracks to an audio CD using infra recorder. Okay, so now we're going to burn some of the tracks that we've just made in Audacity to an audio CD using infra recorder. Okay, so when you launch infra recorder, there are various different disk types that are available. If you burn the tracks to a data disk, they'll only play back in the computer. We want to make an audio CD that will play back in any CD player, so we're going to select audio disk. When you're in audio disk mode, you'll notice down here at the bottom it talks about minutes. If you were in data mode, it'd talk about megabytes instead. So you're going to get maybe 20 3.5 minutes tracks, something like that, on an audio CD. So the simple way to do this is to go to the libraries up here. If you remember, we saved it in the music folder. And here you can see track 1, track 2, track 3. So I can actually drag them down one at a time manually. Okay, and then you'd insert a blank CDR, not a DVD, it has to be a CD. Go to Actions, Burn Compilation to a compact disc. And then as long as you